Different Days by Jason Isbell is going to be played in standard tuning, and the opening riff comes out of a descending pattern from a G chord. Now the way that we're going to be playing this G chord may be different from how you've usually played it in the past, like this style of G chord. This G chord will appear later, but the opening riff, you're going to put your first finger on the 5th string, 10th fret, 5th string, 10th fret, and then your pinky finger will go on the 2nd string, 12th fret. Your first finger probably will block out the 4th string, and that's okay, but you'll want for the 3rd string to ring open, so you've got a fretted 5, a blocked 4, an open 3, and a fretted 2. And that's the opening chord, a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up on this picking pattern, down, up, down, up. And really that's the picking pattern throughout the entirety of this riff, is down, up, down, up. And the up, down, up is happening more in the higher end of the chords that we're playing, and the first down is pretty much just emphasizing whatever the root of the chord is, in this case, the G. The second chord, you're going to move your first finger down 1 fret and move your pinky finger down 2 frets. Jason Isbell is actually using the ring finger where I'm using the pinky finger in all of these chords, so if you'd rather use your ring instead of pinky, feel free, but I'm going to use my pinky because that's easiest for me. So now for the second chord, I've got my first finger on the 5th string, 9th fret, and pinky finger on the 2nd string, 10th fret. Still an open 3 string, and still my first finger is blocking out the 4 string, and the 4 string is going to it'll be good to just block the 4th string in all of these chords, so I'm going to stop referencing that, and the 3rd string should be open in all of these intro chords. So first chord is a G, the second chord is an F sharp, first finger on the 5th string, 9th fret, pinky finger on the 2nd string, 10th fret. Third chord is going to be an E minor. Take this shape and just move it down 2 frets. So your first finger is on the 5th string, 7, and your pinky finger is on the 2nd string, 8. Then you're going to go to a D, move your pinky finger down 1 fret so that it is on the 2nd string, so that it is on the 2nd string, 7th fret, and your first finger will drop down 2 frets so that it is on the 5th string, 5th fret, and then it ends the first round on a C chord. Take this D shape and just drop it down 2 more frets, so your first finger is on the 5th string, 3rd fret, and your pinky finger is on the 2nd string, 5th fret. That's the first round, very slowly. In this C chord, avoid hitting the 6th string open like I just did, because it kind of kills the chord. Moving in between each of these chords, I feel like Jason Isbell kind of picks his fingers up and replants them. At least that's what I'm doing, and that helps get some of that feel of the chunk stop between the chords of stop, stop. But whenever you're playing it, it comes together much more fluid. So that's the first time through. The second time through, and every other time alternating, it then goes to this version of a C chord. So you put, what Jason Isbell is doing is, after the D chord, Jason Isbell's got his 2nd finger on the 6th string, 8th fret, his first finger on the 5th string, 7th fret, his ring finger on the 2nd string, 8th fret, and then strings 4 and 3 can be open here, and just kind of avoid the first string altogether. And those are your 2 sets of chords, with really only one difference, making a C this way, like a G shape, except for pulling it up to the 7th fret, versus making a C this way, which is the first way that I showed you. So first round, the low C on the 3rd fret. Second round, the high C that's a G shape up on the 7th fret. And then that repeats throughout the verses. Whenever we get to the chorus, that's just a D, an E minor, and a C. The way that the D is going to be made is you'll have an open 4th string, you'll have your first finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret, you'll have your ring finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret, and you'll have your 2nd finger on the 1st string 2nd fret, strumming from the 4th string down. The second chord, the E minor, you'll really just move your 1st finger to the 5th string 2nd fret, but Jason Isbell then will put his pinky finger down on the 1st string 3rd fret, while the ring finger remains planted on the 2nd string 3rd fret. So you get a sound like this. From the D, so you're hitting the low 6th string and you're moving your 1st finger to the 5th string 2nd fret, then to the C chord. For the C chord, you will leave your pinky and your ring finger planted where they are on the 3rd fret of strings 1 and 2. You'll move your 2nd finger to the 5th string 3rd fret, and your 1st finger will go to the 4th string 2nd fret. That will operate as your C chord during the chorus, and then that just repeats, except for the second time through, it goes to the E minor chord quicker than the first time. So the first time the D holds a little bit longer, then E minor to the C, then back to the D, immediately to the E minor, then to the C. And those are different days. It goes back to the main riff and repeats another verse and another chorus. Whenever we get to the bridge is going to be a D major to an E minor, same way that we were playing the E minor before, to a C chord, same way we were playing the C chord before, into now a G chord. And this is your kind of standard traditional G chord. Jason Isbell keeps his pinky and ring fingers planted on the 1st and 2nd strings 3rd fret, an open 3rd string, open 4th string, 2nd finger moves to the 6th string 3rd fret, and 1st finger moves to the 5th string 2nd fret for the G, and that repeats for the bridge. So a D to an E minor chord, to a C chord, to a G chord. The strumming pattern here is just I'm hitting a down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And then after the bridge, it goes back into another course of D to an E minor, to a C, back to the D, to the E minor more quickly, then to the C. Those were different days, back to the riff. And those are the chords and movements to Different Days by Jason Isbell. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.